we've had Jasper for 3 months now, and he's had a lot of firsts. This is first trailer ride with his mom, and then we brought him to Bobcat Farm in the trailer with the goat, who was his friend. He met some horse friends and some new people, young and old. Got hugs, and some horses were nice and some weren't so nice. He got bullied. And we went for some nice long walks in the woods. Just a short one? Actually short ones. With different people. And we even got to go offline in the woods. And then we had some lessons from friends on yielding and getting out of our space. And we had playtime with the ball. And we had some reading lessons and some lessons from Mr. Edison Medicine, that's electric fence. After about 5 times, he learned to stay off the fence. This is 4 months old.
Good boy.
And leading lessons at Bobcat Farm. And he's now 7 months old and doing all shaggy and doing very well. But these first couple of leading lessons have shaped how good he is today. And I have him at my shoulder with a loose line, no pulling, forging a heading back off of the halter instead of going through it.
Pull release, spank him up, yeah.
What else? We have...
Slow him down by wiggling that.
There we
go.
Nice.
First day at versatility.
And give it a go. And doing very
with
nicely.
A complete beginner at groundwork. So yeah, even though you didn't do anything, he did it for you.
Through obstacles,
thank you, Jasper.
Over obstacles. And get him used to versatility things so he won't be afraid of anything. After, I think this might be the 3rd attempt of getting him to go over the bridge, because he wasn't interested at first, but it didn't take him very long at all. And now he likes the bridge, resting on it. And this here was his first bite, which he had kicked me one time when I first trimmed his feet. And he got reprimanded, just matter of fact, and he's not done it again, and he's not bit again. Just got a little up. I really didn't even know he did it when it was happening. I just thought he was getting a little too close. And no harsh word, it's a matter of fact that's not acceptable. And here he's, probably about 6 months old here, and behaving very nicely. So these formative lessons really shaped the youngster out of how he's doing, that I can trim him by myself. I could do it without the cross ties if I needed to, but they're a convenience. And I do trim my own horses, but I did have a professional come and make sure I am on the right track. Because this is, I think, the smallest horse that I've ever trimmed on my own. And done all by myself. So I just want to make sure I'm on the right track. I cue him by just taking my fingernail on his bone and asking him to lift. So he takes his own weight off of it and makes sure he's balanced. And his feet are underneath him. And I let him have his foot down before he wants it. because young horses don't realize they can stand on 3 legs. So he's been doing really, really nicely. And he's tied with the clips. It's called the clip from tie, and a thin rope, so he does not get into trouble. Those will pull out before he would get into trouble. And he has a leather halter on. This is how bad his feet were. Very long heels. That was after the first trim, and that's the last trim. And then I can show you, he's got frog now. The picture before, no frog, no contact, because his heels were too long. And he had to be soaked because the frogs were kind of eaten up. Had a little thrush because he didn't get the frog contact as a baby as much as he should have, because he did not get trimmed. That's why he needed to be soaked. The frogs were just kind of eaten up, so I put some Lysol in there and soaked him just for 5 minutes, his fronts and backs, to get rid of that. He can grow a nice healthy frog that is having contact with the ground now that he's got a proper trim. His toes were really long. He was already getting underrun, and his heels were long. He had a nice big place to go out in, but he had a day because there was another horse that was gonna hurt him, so they had every other day turn out, and that's why his feet got like that. And there's the professional making sure I'm doing a good job. And this is his first fly spray. Want to keep a loopy line, advance and retreat, and just do a little rub and retreat. Don't try to do them all at once. And his first little sponge bath, he didn't like that at all. This is very soon when he had first come here. All this stuff right here. And first hose. Did you hose them? I let them drink out of it first, and then it hits their feet, and then they don't care about it if I can get them to drink out of it. So that's where we're starting with that. And this is actually his second time being ponied. First time was, I think, the day before, and just a little bit, less than 5 minutes. And then so we could take him out on the trail. And here we just got back from Little Trail. And then he has his first ride right here. I'm just kidding. Right in the house. In the electric fence, and he has not tried to go through that fence at all from his lessons. That's his first time out there in the big part. And since then he's made new friends, and this is his first temp because he had his first vet visit coming up, and make sure he was going to be